hitting the trail again.
We're hitting the trail again.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. All right.
So we did, in December, we did Springer to Woody.
Yep.
And it is May, and we're just now getting back on trail. We're here at Neel's Gap. Well, maybe I should go this way. We're at Neel's Gap. See the blaze right back there? So we're gonna hike from Neel's Gap to Unicoi this section, and then we're gonna go fill in the section we missed as a day hike later. And it's Bill's birthday hike. He just had a birthday.
72.
All right, so let's get going. Bye. First climb. Here's Bill. First climb of 9 today. Doing good so far. To the top of the first climb yet. My exercise ring has already closed for the day, so that says something. We are section hiking the AT, one small section at a time. In December we did Springer to Woody. We're gonna go back and do Woody to Neel's as a day hike. We don't have bear canisters, so we're not going to camp there during this time of the year. And today, or this weekend I should say, we are doing Neel's to Unicoi. So this morning we drove to Unicoi Gap and parked our car, and a fantastic shuttle driver came and picked us up. Shout out to you, Grace, and brought us back to Neel's Gap, and now we are hiking back towards Unicoi Gap northbound. So we'll be there in a couple of days. It's today's gonna be a tough day. It's the longest number of miles we've ever done. I know it probably doesn't sound long to many of you, but for us, 11 plus miles of hiking and climbing 9 mountains in one day is a big deal. So we're a little nervous about that, but you'll be along for the ride. See how we do. We started around 9:30 this morning, and I'll let you know what time we roll into Low Gap Shelter. That's our goal for tonight. Then our goal tomorrow is Blue Mountain Shelter, and then the next day we will pop out at Unicoi Gap. All right, see you later. If you can tell, I'm on a pretty ridge walk. The camera never does it justice. It's so much prettier in person. That's why you gotta get out here, see it for yourself. So pretty. Hello, we're stopping for lunch in a pretty spot. On my menu today I have instant hummus and tortilla. What are you having, Bill?
Egg and yeast. sardines in olive oil, and superfood.
Nice.
And a blueberry RX bar for dessert.
And we have the most beautiful lookout spot for our lunch today. So we're just sitting here and enjoying our spot for lunch. We're not even halfway through our day yet, but that's okay. We're having a good time. Bye. All right, it's a little after 3:30. We've been hiking like, I don't know, 4 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. And we are just now getting to Unicoi Gap, which means we've done like, I don't know, 6.5 miles or something. We have not gone very far. It's not looking like we're gonna make it to Low Gap Shelter, but we're gonna withhold judgment until after the next brutal climb, which is Wildcat Mountain. And once we get to the top of that, we'll make a decision. Talk to you later. Hi. All right, I'd say I'm about, I don't know, halfway up Wildcat. I hope I'm halfway. This mountain is something else. I don't know if you can see behind me. It's like straight up, and it's been straight up the whole way so far. So steep. Hopefully I make it. Bill's he's dropped me yet again. He's way up there somewhere. I'm sure he'll wait for me at the top. See you later. Alright, so it's after 5, it's like 5:08. We just finished coming down Wildcat Mountain to Hogpen Gap, and there's no water between here and camp. We decided to push on to our, originally selected campsite, Low Gap Shelter, which is still 5 miles away. It's probably going to be right at dark when we get there. And we had to stop and get water. The drama for the day, my Sawyer is not working, so Bill has kindly allowed me to share his water filter. So it's taking us twice as long to filter our water because we're both using one filter. Thank you, Bill. And we're about to get on out of here, and we have 4 more mountains to climb before camp and 4 more descents to make. That fun awaits us over the next 5 miles, but good news, we're full up on water. We cameled up here, so we should be good to go to make it there without having to stop again, which is good because we're going to be rolling in at sunset, basically. So hopefully there is space for us at that shelter. We know we've had a lot of people pass us today saying that they're going to go there too. So wish us luck. I'll check in when we get to camp, wherever that may be. We may have to stop short and just camp randomly somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're going to try to make it, though, to Low Gap Shelter. All right, see you there. We're on our very last climb of the day. It's a mile-long climb, and when we get to the top of this, we have a mile-long descent. But look how pretty can't really see it on the camera, but this is a pretty ridge walk. It's like a little flat section on the climb, but now we're climbing again. Bill's back there. Oh, he's way back. He'll catch up. So we're just climbing. Last climb of the day. And then we have 1 mile of a sketchy descent down to Low Gap shelter. But I think we're gonna make it. All right, see you later. All right, good morning. This is the morning of day 2. We did make it to the shelter last night, and thankfully there was a spot for me to tent and a spot for Bill in the shelter. We have already done, let's see, 2.23 miles. Woohoo! We did the first climb and we're on a descent. So we only have like 5 point something left to go. It's gonna be an easy, simple baby day compared to yesterday. Thank goodness, we deserve it. But we're walking on this beautiful ridge walk right now. Probably can't see it very well. And I got Bill and Mike behind me. Crossing a stream.
There's a water source.
Here's your water source. All right, so check in later. We're gonna make it to camp early, we hope. We did make it out of the shelter at like 9:45, which is spectacular. So we're doing good. Bye. Check out these rocks. They're pretty cool. I don't know if you can see them for all the vegetation, but they are neat. Very pretty. Water dripping from them. And then on this side, beautiful ridge line. Since I didn't do one yesterday, I thought I would do a end of day 1 recap. I'm waiting on the trail around the corner from the water source for my friends to finish filtering their water. But anyways, yesterday was something. We started at Neel's Gap and we did 11 point something to Low Gap shelter. And the first 4 miles of that, or 5 miles of that, was nuts. I mean, it was straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down for like 5 mountains in a row, and they were monster climbs. And then we got to Unicoi Gap, and the climb right after that is called Wildcat Mountain. And that is, friends, it's like sassafras in terms of steepness. It's not as long as sassafras, but it's very, very steep. That was really tough. Thank goodness it had switchbacks, although it was super tough. And then after that, we got to Hogpen Gap, and that little section was just gorgeous. I mean, lots of ridge walking. There were 3 easier climbs, you know. So Hogpen Gap, we still had about 5 more miles to go to camp. We were super tired. My Sawyer quit on me. I don't know why. I've used it literally 3 times. I've back flushed it every time. I take really good care of it. And I tried to filter water with it yesterday at Hogpen Gap. Nothing would come out. Like literally 1 drip would come out every, I don't know, 60 seconds. It was really, really bad. I don't know what is going on with it. I tried to back flush it again. I was able to back flush a little bit of it, but still nothing's coming out. So Bill and I are sharing a water filter. Not an ideal situation for sure. Anyways, after Hogpen Gap, it was 5 miles still to camp, and we had 4 mountains left to climb. The first 3 weren't horrible. Well, relatively speaking, compared to the first half of the day, those first 4 were not terrible. The last one, that was a monster. Or maybe it just felt like it was a monster because it was the end of the day, and it was like a mile climb up and then a mile descent down to the shelter. So that was really tough. We rolled in, we started hiking yesterday at Neel's Gap like around 9:45 a.m. and we rolled into Low Gap shelter. It was like approaching 8 p.m. We were slow. So, plus it was a really hard day, very difficult day. I walked around looking for a tent site. That was like our worst fear, is that there just wasn't going to be any room in the inn for us. But Bill found a spot in the shelter, so that was great. And then there was one flat-ish tent spot kind of near somebody else who was camping, but he invited me to camp in his area, so that was really nice of him, and I took him up on that. I tried to pitch somewhere else that was a little more off by myself to not infringe upon him, but I put all my stakes in and realized this is not going to be big enough, so I had to pull up my stakes. I was so tired, and go try to pitch my tent elsewhere a second time. And then I choked my dinner down and went to bed, so I was super tired. So that's why there was no day one recap yesterday. So I'm doing it today. All right, that's the recap of day one. So let's talk about day two. So we left Low Gap Shelter this morning. It was 9:44 when we rolled out of there. I was super proud of us. And we left Low Gap Shelter. It is now 11:30. We've done about 2.5 miles. We just stopped for water. And our goal is Blue Mountain Shelter, which is, 7.4-ish away, but we've already done like a little over 2, so we got about 5 more miles to go. All right, and they're done filtering water now, so we're gonna head on. See you later. Okay, I just got rattled at by my first rattlesnake ever. Let's see if I can... Ooh, he just rattled at me again. Right there on the trail. And there's nothing we can do, just wait for him. Oh, he's rattling. He is rattling. He looks like he just had a big meal, though. I hear you, Bill. He's warning me. All right, little buddy. That is the biggest rattlesnake I've ever seen. Okay. We're gonna wait for him to do his thing. Okay, today's drama. We have a timber rattlesnake on the trail. It's finally moving, but it's moving to the left side, so it could bite somebody. Oh, I see its head now. We're kind of stuck here on the trail because of the snake. I'll keep you posted. We're trying to be safe. Oh boy, he's coiling up. Good talk. There he goes. He's pushing him down the hill. Trying to get him out. He's pushing him with a stick. This rattlesnake has blocked a lot of hikers at this point. Ooh, he's still rattling.
There you go. Oh, buddy.
We're trying to get him downhill so we can all pass by safely. Oh, goodness gracious.
Y'all can come on by if y'all want to. I'll walk.
Okay, video update. It is 1:05. We've done 5.8 miles, and we are on the climb to Chattahoochee Gap. It looked like it was a 300-foot climb, but it feels like we've been climbing a lot more than 300 feet. It's a tough climb. Bill and the other guy Mike we're hiking with are ahead of me. I am taking my sweet time, And our goal is, when we get up to Chattahoochee Gap, to have break for lunch. We have 2 more climbs to camp after this, and I think we all definitely need some calories to get up those other 2 climbs to camp. But we are very close. We have like 2 miles basically from here to tonight's camp. Thank God. I'm so happy for that. It's 1:06 now, so we'll probably take an hour lunch break. So we'll probably make it to camp by 4 or 5, which would be lovely because we didn't make it to camp until 8 o'clock yesterday. So we passed Jim along the way. He was taking a break. Good for him. Jim's killing it today. Shout out to him. End of day 2 recap. Let's see, we got here at 4:41, something like that. We're at Blue Mountain Shelter. The trail between Low Gap Shelter and here is beautiful for way over halfway, and then the last 1.5 miles, wow, that is something special. All right, it was so rocky. I thought, are we in Georgia or are we in Rocksylvania? That was really challenging. It was a long, tough climb, super rocky, probably the rockiest trail I've ever hiked, very technical. And then point 1 south of the shelter is where the water source is. So we stopped there, went ahead and filled up on our water. It was kind of borderline heat stroke today. It's May, end of May. It really isn't all that hot, but when you're hiking and you're going uphill and you're really exerting yourself, like I got really hot today. So I was super nauseous, on the borderline of getting chills. So I was really glad to make it to camp. This is the first time we made it to a camp before 5 p.m., so that's good. So we are here. I'm all set up. Took a little sponge bath with some water and my camp towel. Feeling better. Got my Crocs on. Took off my hiking shoes, and now I am going to relax and maybe cook some dinner later on. I'm not hungry right now. I'm very nauseous. I think I'm just gonna drink some water and focus on rehydrating. I'm gonna go check out the shelter. See you later. Of day 3. We are at where are we? Blue Mountain Shelter. This shelter is absolutely gorgeous. The shelter itself looks over a beautiful view. In the wintertime, this would be such a pretty shelter to stay at because you would just have an amazing view. We had a spectacular sunrise this morning. I got some pictures. Beautiful. I'm all packed up and ready to go. Bill is still packing. It is 8:43 in the morning. We had some of our friends leave at 7:30 and others who are still packing up and getting ready and moving out. And it's a great mix of through hikers and section hikers here, and everyone's so nice and super friendly, and really been enjoying the social aspect of this hike today, which surprises me because I didn't think I would, but I am. Really happy and so sad that the trip is over today. Apparently we have 2.5 miles of a really steep descent to get down to the car at Unicoi Gap. And then Bill and I are going to be heading home, and we'll have to plan for the next trip. This has been a challenging trip, but it's been so rewarding and such a beautiful hike. Really tough, but very beautiful. And I'm super proud of Bill and I for being able to make it through. All right, so I'll check in on the trail. See you later. Good morning. We are climbing out of camp. It is 9:27. We've been walking for a couple minutes, but we're going up and over this mountain and down the other side to the car. We had a great time. It's the earliest we've ever been out of camp. We're proud of ourselves, and we're on the move. See you on the flip side. All right, we're hiking up Blue Mountain after the shelter, and we have a beautiful ridge walk on both sides. I know the video doesn't capture it well, but we've hit like the first false summit and the second false summit, and I think that there's one more climb before we start the treacherous downhill. But got the crew in tow. We're making it.